Celtic are the visitors today, James, and some big news from their captain midweek. Callum McGregor announcing his retirement from international duty. I know something that you don't particularly like, you would never do, but do you understand his reasons for doing it?
Yeah, I can. At 31 years old, I think it was a shock. But the amount of games that Callum McGregor's played, I totally understand, you know, the decision. He had an issue with his Achilles towards the end of the season, which could tell you, you know, it could be something from the amount of games that he actually plays. I'm still a little bit upset about it, I have to say, because I still feel that he's got loads to offer. Of course he does, because of his age. There's a World Cup to potentially qualify for. I know he's been back-to-back Euros, scored in the Euros before that one in the summer. I just feel that it would have been nice to see him, you know, for a campaign, to see if we can get to the World Cup.
Do you think that brings back, James, in terms of those injuries? I mean, that's been 2 seasons in a row now where he's picked up injuries. He's said, can I cut back my games?
It's not an emotional decision. We know Callum McGregor's calculating everything he does. He's a consummate professional, and I know that the reason for it is to prolong his career, and he feels that it's the best thing for him. Nobody can argue with that, because if that's what he feels, then he's made that decision. I know he's not one that's been emotional, otherwise he probably would have made that after the Euros. So look, it's disappointing because we're losing a massive player, hugely influential player and a top level player for Scotland. But you know, Celtic will benefit, and ultimately it's what Callum McGregor feels is the right thing to do. Whether I agree with it or not, it doesn't matter. It's what he thinks, and you know, good luck to him.
Yeah, and you experienced that in your playing career, Alan, having to hang up the boots with an injury, and you can imagine that he's sort of looking towards that and thinking, I want to play as long as I can.
Yeah, I think when you make such a big call, because this is a real big call for him, you know, such a young age, and he's still got a lot of years ahead of him. You know, he would have spoken to, first and foremost, I think, his family, and then people who were close around him, Brendan Rodgers, other players, probably even Scott Brown. You know, because once you make the decision, I think there's no going back then. Even though Scotland would love him to change the decision maybe in a year's time, I think, you know, he must be feeling something inside where he thinks, I can't keep doing this all the time. Even though Scotland probably need him on the bounce back of, I think this is a really promising time for Scotland right now. You know, the results in the Euros, but the fact that he got there, there's progression there. You know, and we all, as we say, we have to respect the decision he's made. You know, and I think it's a benefit for Celtic more than for Scotland.
Yeah, he worked so hard to get himself fit for those Euros in the summer. But yeah, Brendan Rodgers has admitted he's quite happy with the decision to have his captain solely focused on Celtic. Today, next for them is Hibs. So let's